I remember my grandmother kissed us and say goodbye. And I kept questioning, where are we going? Why is she kissing us? And then all of us, four of us, was in the taxi from our house to where my mom wanted us to be. And after about half an hour of driving on a taxi, I looked around and I saw that I'm leaving my city and then I'm driving to the village, small place. And then when I got there, my parent and my brothers and sister, the older one, was there waiting for us. And that night, they tell us to wait here, and then they would take us on the boat, and we never come back to Vietnam. I was crying. I was, how come you don't tell us all of this and tell us now? My friend, what about my school? What about test tomorrow? You know, and then so don't worry about that. We will leave all of that behind, and we're gonna leave our country tonight. So at midnight, close to midnight, I remember my dad tell us to go into the small boat quietly, and then from there they sell us to a bigger boat. When I got into the bigger boat, I hear a lot of people talking. I smell a lot of, I can tell a lot of people in that boat. And then all of us was dumped into the bottom of the boat. And then I hear people say, don't talk, don't talk. The police is around here, don't talk. And then I was looking around, there's a lot of people in the boat, and different people that we never know. We don't know who they are and why they are there. So that night, all I know is we have to keep quiet. And then early in the morning, around like 5 o'clock, and once again, my dad was telling us, everybody's have to be quiet. Now we are sailing away from our city. Put your kid, if they cry, put them to sleep. Give them some pills to make them sleep. So I still wondering why we have to do that. Now I know, because we have to keep it quiet. Otherwise, the police will hear people cry, talking, and they know that we are escaped from Vietnam. They treat you a little better, give you more freedom, but you're only limited to live in that small island. Okay, you cannot. Now you see people around you, but you see no city at all, just the trees, coconut trees, and limited with water, because you cannot. They don't deliver the water every day, maybe twice a week. Food, they deliver every day, but they give you mostly like fish and dry food. Vegetable, yes, but not like what we have in here. Education, well, back then they are helping each other. Let's say if you know English, you can teach me. I learn English. If I know math, I teach another person. Like we're teaching each other. We don't have a real teacher. But the living at my age of 14, I make a lot of friends there. We hang out. Yes, it's fun. But then, as my parents, they don't like it because they think they see no future. So my family was sponsored by the USSR, which is a Catholic church in somewhere in Michigan, and they sponsor us to America from Indonesia. Where I lived, the refugee camp is called Pulau Tangga in Malaysia. Malaysia is a part of very close to Singapore, Indonesia, and Malaysia is a little island. Luckily that in our boat we have no one got sick, got killed, got raped. That was 1978. But about 4 years later, 1982, 83, up to 87, is the worst time for the refugee. Because, when you leave your country, you want to bring everything with you, money, gold, silver, whatever you can, you bring it with you. And then you for some reason, they know that you travel, you bring those goods with you. So when they help you, the pirate, like they rape the young girls, or they take away all your money, jewelry, and then they dump you to the sea. Yes, it happened to a lot of refugee people. And I heard those stories. when after I arrived to America, and people are telling us a story, they write it down and they post it on the newspaper, and that's how I know. But I was lucky that my parents take care of us. We have none of that happen to our friends or in the boat at all. But I'm happy now because if I live in Vietnam, I don't think I will become a math teacher, or they don't give you the opportunity to, especially to a female, to do whatever you want, to be able to be independent. You always follow their guidelines. You have to always report it to them what you have to do before you actually do it. Otherwise, they will put you in jail, sentence you for a couple years, couple months in the jail, things like that. Or you cannot raise your voice for justice. If you raise your voice in Vietnam right now, again they put you in jail. Good. I feel happy that I'm now in America after 37 years of being from a high school student, college student work, and I've become a teacher, news anchor, and work for the community of the Vietnamese overseas. I feel that I thank America give us a chance to change our life, successful, and be able to do whatever we want.